So I did the unboxing for this video, and now I'm going to do the setup. So I'm setting this up for a friend of mine so that we can get some Wi-Fi going in his home. He doesn't have good signal towards his living room area and his kitchen area. So I'm hoping to help him improve that. This is a Wi-Fi system that I purchased with my own money. And I just want to explain real quick the overall setup of the tri-band system, or what I've read and understand it to be. I'm a regular person. I am no expert, just a regular person. So and this is the setup guide. We'll be having to download the TP-Link app. I'm sorry, I just said TP-Link. I mean Linksys app. Sorry, I just finished doing a video on the TP-Link deco, and I was not very happy with that at all. So excuse me for that. So we got to download the app, and I just want to explain to you, this is my little drawing on the actual tri-band system, and this is what I've read and understand it to be. So let me just explain what I understand tri-band to be. So I kind of wrote out as best as I could what I understand tri-band to be. So pretty much these are the 3 units, and the way they communicate wirelessly, these are all frequencies that I wrote out. So you're going to have 2 5 gigahertz frequencies on all the antennas and 1 2.4 gigahertz frequencies. That 5 gigahertz being the fastest and 2.4 being the slower, but this 2.4 has a longer range. 5 gigahertz has a shorter range. It's gotten better over the years, but it's a shorter range. You have to be closer than the 2.4. As for the third 5 gigahertz frequency antenna that they have, because it's called tri-band, they have 3 bands or 3 frequencies. It's used for administration, so it's the overhead. It's the communication between the actual devices. That way, 1 5 gigahertz and 1 2.4 gigahertz is used specifically just for data, so it's not interrupted with any type of administration at all. So pretty much if I'm connected to this unit and this unit needs to tell this unit or send data from this unit to this unit and tell it, hey, I have the MAC address, I have the IP address, or whatever have you, it can do it through the administrative 5 gigahertz frequency instead of other 5 gigahertz or 2.4 gigahertz, leaving these just for data and the communication being done at the administrative frequency. I'm going to call it administration or backhaul. So you could do a real backhaul, which means that you would connect an Ethernet connection to these, and it would be much faster to communicate between the devices. Because your thing is that this is wirelessly away from the main unit. This is the router. This would be the one connected to the modem. So this communication between this and this is better if you have 3 antennas, like I said, 2 for data and 1 for administration. They'll communicate like they're physically connected. But if you connect an Ethernet cable, it won't use any of the wireless, to my understanding, and it'll just use the Ethernet, which is great and much faster than wireless still today. That being said, it does work really well without the backhaul Ethernet connection, or I should say tri-band. I haven't tried this unit. I'm trying it for the first time. So I hope that I get the outcome I did with the Aero 6 that I have tri-band, and the Orbi tri-band that I have that work. They work flawlessly. But this is not going to my home. This is going at my friend's home. So what I'm going to try to do is set it up in my home, do some quick speed tests from distances, and I'm setting it up at my home like this. So this is the way I'm setting it up at my home, or my apartment, I should say. One of my biggest problems I have in my apartment is that my walls are made, they have a metal mesh in the wall. They weren't made with sheetrock. They were built in the 1930s, so they used a plastic type of material over a sheet of metal. That metal causes havoc with the Wi-Fi in my apartment. It's havoc, so I have to overdo it in buying Wi-Fis. That's why I have the Orbi and I have the Aero. That helps me get Wi-Fi in every single corner of my apartment. So what the setup I have is that the main unit is going to be in the living room, and then the other unit is going to be in the kitchen, which is about 25 feet away, and the last unit is going to be in the last bedroom, which is also 25 feet away. And I'm hoping that I still continue to have the same signal or strength or speed test that I have right at the actual main unit, that I should have the same thing on each one. Now my friend's setup at his home looks like this. So his setup is going to be different. The main router comes into his bedroom. So the main unit that's going to be connected to his modem is going to be here, 25 feet away, which is going to be his kitchen/dining area. It's going to be the second unit, and then the third unit will be in his living room. So technically it's 25 feet away from this, but a total of 50 feet from here to there. So what I'm going to try to do is, when I first set it up, I'm going to try to see if I set up this unit and the living room unit first to see, even at 50 feet away, how much of a communication I get. And then dropping this in the middle should just be icing on the cake. So let's just start setting it up. Okay, so these units still are not connected, except for this one, I'm sorry. So let me set up this unit, make sure it comes up. I'm supposed to do a search for Linksys, L-I-N. Okay, yes, why? Yes, okay, so I'm going to choose Linksys. And it's supposed to have a Wi-Fi. So let me scroll, see if I find that. Don't see it. This is a tablet, so I might have to change it to iPhone because it does iPad only. I don't know why it does that. Maybe it's an iPhone app. Let me do Linksys app. Yeah, it's this one. It doesn't look like the app icon. I guess they changed it. So it looks like it's going to be this one because of the fact that it actually has this actual device. Looks just like it. There's all kinds of in-app purchases that you can make to monitor your network and things like that for your kids and all that. So that's it right there. Okay, done. Let's install it. Okay, the app is running. Let's open it up. Sure, I'll give you access. Okay. Set up a new Wi-Fi network. That's what we're doing. Let me just put it like this. Because it's a phone app, it won't sit up. I just want you to see what I'm doing. So I guess these are the different types of routers. I remember these type of routers back in the day. I think I had the WRT54 or something, but we're going with this one. The Bluetooth, so it's communicating through Bluetooth with the actual device, so sure. Plug in node, use power source near your modem or source of internet, and I have already plugged it in. And the node will get the best signal if you place it out in the open on a table or shelf. All right, that's usually true. High and in front is good. So I guess it's telling you to put it here or here. Okay, click next. All right, it's telling you not to hide it. So I've already done that. Connect it. One type of connection. Waking your node. Plugged in, and that your phone is near it. Oh, it's not a phone, it's a tablet. So could take up to 3 minutes. I'm not gonna wait that long. So as soon as this finishes, I'll come back. So I didn't find my node. All right, let me just make sure that it's plugged in and make sure that it's working properly. Is this actually plugged in? So I finally plugged it in, or actually got a plug that actually works. It was showing this light wasn't coming on at all. And you also, just to let you know, you have the on and off button down here. I've shown this on an unboxing video of this item. See, off. That's off. Now you turn it on. And it should come on now. Okay, it's on. So let's try it again and see if it actually finds the unit this time. All right, so it's doing it again. It's looking for the actual Wi-Fi. I had to restart the app because it just kept doing that periscope type thing. It wasn't doing anything. All right, set up new network. It's orange, it's purple right now. Hopefully that's setup mode. It was on blue, so I'm gonna choose this one. Plug in your node, it's plugged in. Place it, yes, we've been through this already. Okay. And it says it could take up to 3 minutes. Hopefully it finds it pretty fast now since it actually has power. So it's asking me, is the node connected to the modem blinking purple? It's not blinking purple. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, it's blinking purple. Slow blink. The parent node delivers the internet to the nodes, to the other nodes you might have. So we'll set up that one first. So this one, none of them are specific routers. Any of them could be the router. So that's a good thing. All right, so it's blinking purple. Now let's do yes, blinking purple. Now it's checking for internet. It should give me internet. I have internet. Okay, there we go. So went right through. Awesome. All right, so now I got to create an account. So let me create one. Created my account. Now it wants me to name my Wi-Fi. Okay, so now it's configuring my network. Still blinking purple. So it's doing, it can take up to a minute, and everything's coming across. Pretty easy to set up, it looks like. It's almost done. The bar's almost all the way to the right, and let's hopefully connect to the network and test it out, and then set up the other devices also. Okay, the Wi-Fi is completely set up, successful, and I have a blue light, and it says a solid blue light on your node means that it is online and working properly. And I set that up for the master bedroom, and let me click next and see what happens. So now it's asking me to add a node, and that's what I'm going to do. So this one is set up in my kitchen, which is about 25 feet away. And now it's blinking purple, so it should be ready. I think that's setup mode. Okay, so I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set up another one, add a node. Click on the bottom right here. It's telling me how to place them. So it says, a general rule of thumb is to place the node no further than 2 rooms away. Also limit the number of walls and obstacles between the nodes. Now in my friend's home, it's gonna be straight ahead and there's only gonna be a door in the way. In my case, there is 1 wall in the way. And it's 2 rooms away technically. So let's click next. Plug in the node. Did that. Waking up, no. Why would my phone need to be near it? Hopefully it doesn't. Oh, because I think it's got to do the Bluetooth. Yeah, I think it communicates through Bluetooth in the beginning. So now I'm going to have you would have to have your phone, in my case, my tablet, next to the actual device. So let's see if that purple light changes. It's still looking for it. So again, it's saying, is the node connected to your modem blinking purple? No. This is not the parent node. But this is blinking purple, as you can see. So let me just click yes on this thing. So it's adding the node to my Wi-Fi system. Feel free to walk away, but leave your phone near the node that you're setting up. It says your node is connecting. Applying settings from your other nodes, that could take up to 6 minutes. All right, let's come back. Adding a node did take a long time. It took about 10 minutes. It was a pretty long time. So I just walked away and came back, but you have to leave your phone next to it because you need the Bluetooth. It's blue, connected. It says just right. Good work. Your new node is looking really good in this spot. So that means it's getting good communications, thank goodness. And I already told you I'm a wall away and about 25 feet away. So now let me add the other node. So it's telling me now let's get connected to your new Wi-Fi. Step 1, go to your phone settings app and select your new Wi-Fi name and password. Step 2, once connected, return to this app and tap the next below. So I think I have to connect to the Wi-Fi. All right, so let's do that. So I think I have to log into the Velop setup A57 to continue the setup of the actual Wi-Fi network. So I'm going to try scanning the QR code to see if I can log in with all this, I can log into the Wi-Fi that way instead of actually putting the password. The password is right there. See, Velop setup, and that's the password. So let me see if I can just scan it with my camera. I'm not going to be able to film that. So it looks like they all have different setups. As you can see, this one is setup A57, and this one here that I'm trying to set up, it's setup BFB. So I got to find A57, which is probably the main unit. Let me go over there and connect to that Wi-Fi. So as you see, Velop A57 is the main unit. It's the first unit I set up. So let me put the password of this unit to connect to the Wi-Fi. I don't know why my Wi-Fi that I created is not coming up at all. But I guess this is the way they do it first before they finish off the setup. I just rebooted the router, and this is the satellite in the kitchen. I'm just looking at it, seeing the blinking on it. Hopefully it comes back soon and it comes up with the correct Wi-Fi. I'm gonna have to start all over again. So I finally connected to the Wi-Fi, the Velop, just disconnected. Anyway, I finally connected to it, and the problem I was having is that the password is not the one on the unit itself, but actually the password I set for the Wi-Fi for my Wi-Fi. The only confusion I had, which is major, is the fact that the Wi-Fi I set up, the name of the Wi-Fi I set up is not this. I set up a name and a password for my Wi-Fi network. It's not coming up at all. It's coming up Velop setup A57. But in order to connect to the Velop setup A57, which I need to do to configure the last unit, I have to use the Wi-Fi password I set, not the one on the actual unit. Very confusing. I don't know why you did that. I don't know. Maybe I'm making a mistake. Again, I'm a regular person, so maybe it's my fault or my error. So if you're having a problem continuing the setup, and this is all that's coming up, try the Wi-Fi password you set. Try that to see if you can connect on this SSID or this network, because this is not the SSID I set up. All right, let's continue on. So I just started the app, and let me see what happens. There's no more light on the unit itself, but let me see what comes out. Loading setup experience. So let's see what happens now. Ready to complete setup. Okay. On the bottom it says I don't want to continue, or I don't want to continue setup or complete setup. I'm going to complete setup and then just add the node. Okay. How to place your node. It's telling you where to place everything. I've already shown you this before. Okay, click next. Click next. Okay, it's waking up the node. That's the node there, but no, there are no lights on, so I don't know if there's supposed to be a light on. Let me see, it'll tell me if it finds it. This takes a really long time, 5-10 minutes, and it takes a really long time. Let's come back when it's finished waking up your node. Make sure that your node is plugged in and that your phone is near it. So it's probably going to communicate through Bluetooth, I believe. It says there, your node light will be solid blue after it's plugged in. Then it will blink. What did it say? That one says, when the light stops blinking, we will find your nodes and get your Wi-Fi up and running. And I missed the last part of this, I believe. Oh, add the Linksys Smart Wi-Fi skill in your Alexa app. Forget your Wi-Fi password, just ask Alexa. See all devices connected to your Wi-Fi in the Linksys app. Have children control the devices using the app. Go to the parents control after setup. Easily create separate guest Wi-Fi name and password from the app dashboard. I wonder if you could connect to this through the computer like the actual Orbi. You know what? Let me just come back. I'm going to make another comment about the power plug. It's been giving me a lot of issues not turning on. You have to really push that power plug in to get this thing on, to turn on. So I just finally got it on. It should have been solid blue. I just walked away from it. It was blue. When I went to the main unit, I came back and it was off. So I don't know why it was off. Okay, I'm going to have to start everything again because it's probably booting up right now. I don't know. I'm just checking everything off. Now it's looking for devices. The last time I did this, I didn't find anything and I had to restart the app. It is kind of pulsing, looks like a pulsing purple. It could be blue also. Let's come back. So again, I had to restart the app because it wasn't finding anything. It was just kind of coming up with that the periscope and nothing else. So I'm starting the app again and let me see if it finds the last node. Okay, ready to complete setup again. Let me click continue setup at the bottom. Well, actually complete setup, I should say. Complete setup. Okay. Complete setup. Quit set. Let me quit and try. All right, nothing's happening at all. I okay, there it goes. Finally. Next. Next. So now it's waking the node. Now it's actually on. Like I said, it was on when I left the room. I did the whole setup. Once I figured out how to connect to the Wi-Fi, come back and it's actually off by itself. No one's been in this room. So unplug it. Okay, so it's asking me if the node is blinking purple up here. It is, as you can see yourself. Yes, it's blinking purple. Okay. Finally. Adding the node to your mesh Wi-Fi network. Little bit of little headache. It's got to be a lot easier to do setup. The first node wasn't too bad, but the second and third one, and I want to show you something with the power, which I don't understand after setup at the end. So I'm going to click next. I'm done, and I'm going to try to change the SSID to what the original SSID setup was. I don't know why it didn't take, or maybe it takes now. This is going to be, I'm going to make this master bedroom. I don't know why it says master bedroom 2, but I'll make this master bedroom. Successful. Your setup you set up a node. A solid light on your node means it's online and working properly. It is solid. So I mentioned I made all of the master bedroom. Sorry, with all the confusion, I forgot I already mentioned. I named one already master bedroom, and Linksys. This is the actual router. I'm gonna have to change the name of this and the SSID. So no, I don't know. Would you like to set up a node in another room? No, I don't know. That's it for now. Peace of mind. Updates happen overnight automatically and only take a few minutes. Allow router to report crashes so we can make your Wi-Fi better. Recommended. Yeah, sure. Why not? Your Wi-Fi is ready. And it says connect your devices to your new Wi-Fi name. Now, I have no idea why it didn't take. I put in a Wi-Fi and a password. It took the password, so I was on that page, but the actual name of the Wi-Fi didn't go through. So let me go see what's going on. I don't want to show you the password, but the Wi-Fi SSID and password are above in plain text, and you can text it, email, or copy it so that you can share that information. Let's see what internet slow does. And why is my internet slow? Run a speed check, speed test, check. Your Wi-Fi gives you some information. And on the bottom, if you need help, contact us. So let me go back. I'll close that out. And what I need to do is to see how I change the SSID. So go here. No. I guess I can go here. And that's the menu, devices, account, and help. So it has 3 devices, which are 2 nodes, or I call them satellites. And so I'm going to go to Wi-Fi settings. So here it is. I have no idea why it didn't take. Let me see advanced Wi-Fi settings. I don't know what that is. Personal Wi-Fi mode mixed. Okay, mixed. Channel finder. Scan channels. I guess that scans different channels. Pretty cool. And we'll come back when it's done. This takes a really long time. The bar actually went all the way to the end and came right back and said, we need a little more time. So I don't know what it's doing. Okay, finally done. That actually was in minutes. We optimize your Wi-Fi channel to improve your Wi-Fi speed and bandwidth. We optimized these nodes, and it shows you all the nodes that it optimized. Okay, click done. And then WPA2 personal. And these are the different types of passwords that you can use. So if you don't want to put any passwords, you can choose this right here, this one. So I'm going to change the Wi-Fi, see what happens. It's odd that it didn't take the original Wi-Fi password name. I have no idea why. It kept the original one. That's just odd. And changing your password will cause your wireless devices to disconnect from your Wi-Fi network. You will have to reconnect each device. Do you want to continue? Yes. So I just want to say I am not happy with apps. These apps are just, I find them slow, cumbersome, even with the Orbi app. With the Orbi, I actually connect to it directly through the website, with a browser. I connect directly to it. It has a lot more advanced features and things to do than the actual app. I find the app slow, sluggish, all of them. I just don't like them. Aero's not too bad. And Aero you cannot connect with the computer. And I believe this one you can't connect with the computer. So you're stuck with the app. I don't like all this app-based routers and switches and stuff. I used to like connecting to the Linksys directly. Now that may be because my background is in Cisco. So I used Cisco iOS, and if you use Cisco iOS, you know, you type in a command, you press enter, and it's done. You've either bring down the whole network or fix the problem, one or the other. It just works instantaneous. Now, I know we're talking about $1,000 pieces of equipment versus $100 pieces of equipment, but I wish it was just a little bit faster. These applications just takes forever to do anything. Rebooting everything just takes a really long time, or for me it does. Just too long for me. So the name came up and I am connected, which is great. So now let's go to speed test so we can end, we can end part of the video. So I'm just doing a standard speed test with the speed test application from speedtest.net. This is at one of the bedrooms. Again, 25 feet, 2 walls away, and we'll try it again. This is not that far for this to be this slow, so I'm going to check. Let's try it again. I'm going to check the actual router itself. That should be the fastest unit. Not good. I am not happy with that. I'm going to try a test. Let me do something. Hold on. So this is a real world thing. The Linksys, the main Linksys that's connected, the router of this, or the main unit, is connected at the same location as my router or Orbi Wi-Fi connection. So that is connected directly. And in the same room where this actual unit is, the node in this bedroom, I also have an Orbi, a satellite Orbi. It's on the desk, on the top of this desk. I don't want to show you because I have too much personal stuff up there. So the router of the Linksys and the router of the Orbi are in the same location, and the satellite of the Linksys, this one, and the satellite for the Orbi is just above my head. They're right next to each other. So I just connected to the Orbi. You saw what I got with the Linksys. Now I'm going to try it with the Orbi and see if I get a different type of speed. What a difference. What a difference. That's real world. That's my setup right now. And look at this speed compared to what I was getting with the Linksys. I don't understand that. Even with the upload. Wow, what a difference. And my speed is 300 up and down. That's what I get. What a big difference. Wow, what a difference with the Orbi. So I'm going to confirm this. I want to make sure that there's nothing wrong with the actual Linksys router. If it's getting 300 because it's directly connected to my network, it's going to be a big difference with the satellites themselves. Clearly will show that the way I see it, that the Orbi may have a better wireless connection, and it's a tri-band one, wireless connection than the Linksys. All right, let's go to the main unit now, main Linksys unit. So I'm now at the main unit, and I am connected. I turned off my Wi-Fi and turned it back on to make sure that I'm connecting to this one, not the one in the room. Let me try a speed test here. Yep, I'm getting my speed here. This is the same thing I get with the Orbi router because I'm at the actual modem itself. Wow, that is excellent. All right, let's try the back room. Again, to confirm I'm connected to this unit, I'm going to turn off my Wi-Fi and turn it back on with the iPad right next to it. I'm sorry, turn off and on the Wi-Fi to make sure I'm connected to this deco or this satellite unit. Now, interestingly enough, I also have behind me an Orbi satellite also connecting. Like I said, the main unit connects the main Linksys router unit that's connected to the modem, which is where my main Orbi unit is. I just did the speed test. I was getting my speed 300. Now wirelessly, I have the Linksys satellite here, or node that they call. Behind me, I have the Orbi node wirelessly connecting to the same location that the main unit of this is. So everything's set up right next to each other. And I'm going to try it with this now, and then I'm going to try it with the Orbi and see if I get a difference here in this room. So let's go to... Wow, this is not a good thing. This is not good at all. That's horrific. I'll give it another try. I'll come back with the numbers. Horrific. I mean, the only thing connected to this network is this actual iPad. So it should be flying. I don't understand. And it's a tri-band, so it should be... And it's not. This is the second speed test. So it's horrific. It's totally... Yeah, I'm not happy at all. Okay, now let's try the Orbi. I am now connected to my Orbi right behind me. Again, I can't show it to you because I have things there and I didn't clear it up. So let me just show you. Believe me, I'm connected to my Orbi. Yeah, what a difference. They're both the same setup. Wirelessly communicating with the main unit in the living room. And what a difference. This is the first speed test run on the Orbi. Wow, I gotta give it to Orbi. Hands down. What a big difference. So this Linksys unit, going back, I'm not even gonna bother bringing it to my friend's home. No way. I'm gonna have to search for an Orbi online, buy one online, because this Linksys, you saw for yourself the speed test. If you're happy with that, fine. It doesn't make any sense. And now, mind you, the Orbi has over 50 devices connected to it. This has nothing connected to it. Nothing at all. So imagine when you start connecting devices to this, you're going to have, I think you're going to have issues. If I can't even get a proper speed test with only one device connected to this, I am not happy with the Linksys. Wow, same thing with the Deco that I did a look at, a review online. So I'm going to end my video here because obviously I'm not keeping this Linksys unit. I am very disappointed in it. I know this is not a scientific super duper, you know, I didn't do a heat map or anything having to do with coverage. I'm just acting like a regular user, basics setup. You know, I'm just using what I have, and just using what I have, it's failed. It should have done much better, I think, to be a tri-band mesh system.